D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Now, let's go around our virtual table as usual and introduce our players for this evening. So, first and foremost, we have Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew, playing the Elthu, the reborn lizard folk, druid cleric of the star-related subclasses, me repeating the same things I always do.
Indeed, indeed. But what we don't repeat is introduction order. So next, we have our wonderful dad of the party, Damien.
Hello everyone, I'm Damien, and my player is Jeremy. Nice to meet you all. If you guys have listened up to this point, you should know I'm, previous DM for Emma and all that good stuff, and Damien's a blacksmith and a very simple man that everybody seems to think he isn't so simple.
Indeed, they don't. But we will see if that comes to fruition. And speaking of not so simple, we have the child of said dad in character, at least, Nathan.
Hi everybody, I'm Nathan, and I play Rubo, Asimar, fuckboy extraordinaire.
Fuckboy extraordinaire indeed. And moving on to the object of his affections at the moment, again in character, we have Rosie.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm playing Elon, a champion fighter, ultimate pretty boy, and I wear makeup.
Indeed, that was a fun fact that we found out about him recently. Last, but certainly not least, we have the lovely Gia.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gia. I am playing Chatwin Darcy, reborn sorcerer, having a fun time with her new friends.
All the fun times, indeed. And speaking of fun times, last time, our characters had a bit of a fun planning, figuring out what they're going to do next episode. The consensus that they ultimately landed on was going to Escargot Island, a little island south of the Sparkling Grove that is shaped like a snail. Many of them had business there for their own personal reasons in one form or another, but collectively, many of them wanted to visit the temples there that are surrounding a lake in the center of the island. However, in order to avoid more seasickness for Rubo and more time dealing with boats for Chatwin, they decided to take a bit of a detour and get a cart and horses and take the long way around. We last left the party as they were leaving the small town that they obtained their cart and second horse from, and were headed north to make their way around the water as much as they possibly can. So, as you guys are moving along, obviously it's going to be a few hours until you're able to reach around, at least if anyone decides to pull out the map that Elon purchased, you would see on that map that there is quite a bit of area northward between the Sparkling Grove and the Howling Dunes to cover. But following that canal, there's a bit of a thinner portion of the canal up before it joins back into what appears to be like a lake of some sort. There is also a land bridge sort of circling around that entire lake that keeps it separated from the sea. That would take you directly to Snakeskin Fields, or like you guys had discussed, you can try finding a little town along the canal where it's thinner for you guys to cross by boat. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys to kind of make that decision in character if you would like.
So to clarify, just because I'm trying to visualize this on the map, we're like up towards the top of the canal, and we can either continue to go around or find the thin spot, correct?
You're not there yet. So looking at the map, you guys would be there's the more clumped collection of trees. The farm and the small town that you guys were just in would have been kind of where there's that sparser, like a tree every few miles or so kind of area. that's sort of in between the Howling Dunes and that, but you guys would have just left kind of the outskirts of the grove. It would take probably an hour to 2 hours for you guys to reach kind of that thinner point up by the lake to make that decision, but it would take an hour to 2 hours to get to that spot where it gets thinner up near where it goes into the lake.
Do we have an estimation of how long it will actually take to circumvent the lake and get into the snakeskin fields?
As far as that goes, I would say give me a quick survival check for that if Rubo's kind of looking into ETAs.
That's a big old 6,
Oh boy.
unfortunately.
You have no idea. It looks like, just looking at the map, you can guess there's a lot more ground to cover if you go all the way around the lake, as opposed to just sailing through a thinner part of the canal.
But we have a cart and a horse now?
You have a cart and 2 horses now.
Two
Yes.
horses. So I don't assume we'd be able to take those animals and cart onto a boat to sail across a thin part.
Not unless it was a big boat.
Do you think there's big boats in this lake and river?
I highly doubt it.
That's my concern. We spent a lot of time getting the things we need. And I kind of like look over at Chatwin and quietly say, even if Chatwin can hear, I don't know that I want to have Chatwin act like she did on the last boat.
I would agree. I think that us going around the lake is probably the wiser decision, albeit significantly longer.
We aren't in any rushes, at least.
Yeah, it's a nice scenic route.
This is a true statement.
I glance over at Elon. You're not in a rush, right, for anything?
God, I hope not. Sorry, I surprisingly got a letter when I dropped off mine and Chatwin's
Oh,
letter.
was it not good news?
A possible rebellion?
Oh, where?
I've never heard of such a thing, so I have no idea. And there was a hint that I might have to go back.
Wait, back home?
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Why? You shouldn't be forced.
I feel I need to, if I have to.
Well, if we're going to be traveling down to Escargot Island, but after we finish up our business there, if we have to head towards your home, we can certainly do that.
We'll see. For now, my letter, I'm glad I put in there that at least any future letters could be sent there. So hopefully I get either good news or no news at all. If I get no news, I would be more worried than not.
No news means your home may not exist, huh?
Or my servant is killed.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You have a servant?
I do. But she's more like family at this point.
Interesting. Do you pay her?
It's not that uncommon, Rubo.
Yes, I pay her very well.
Oh, okay.
I made sure she even had money before I left, just in case the family decided to fire her while I was gone.
Okay. That makes me feel a little better.
Does it bother you that I have a servant?
I guess it doesn't bother me. I just find it a little weird.
I'm not one to question how the more fancy people do things.
Let's put it this way. I didn't hire her, but I decided to keep her.
I'm just going to be honest. That sounds worse. I don't know why.
If for any reason I can manage to get you all into Kriath, you are very welcome to meet Esme and ask her opinions and feelings on the thing. For now, we should be worrying about this. We're going around the lake, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't see why not.
We got the horses.
Are we going to try and trade off maybe drivers, try to sleep on this thing, or it's going to be highly uncomfortable?
It might be easier to stop and make camp during the night, so we can sleep under the cart or in it, or pitch a tent in the cart or something, or we'll have to. I mean, we got feed for the horses along the way. I'm definitely going to help take care of the horses. It's been a while since I've had a horse. I have to say I'm excited about that. But no, it'll be great. It'll be like just a long trip between friends. We're just taking the scenic route.
Okay.
Damien, do you have much experience with horses?
I don't have a lot of experience with horses. I've definitely ridden a cart before, though.
Maybe you and Chatwin should maybe work best with the horses. Then I've never driven a cart. I have rode a horse, but they don't usually like me very much for some reason.
All right, yeah, I can do my best. He's gonna walk over to one of the horses, and I'm gonna make an animal handling check. And we're like, y'all are gonna be good, aren't you? You're gonna get us where we need to go, and hopefully not cause us any trouble.
Can I assist by just going like, "Oh, you're such a pretty boy, aren't you? Yes, you're going just doting over them."
Animal handling, good sir.
21.
Oh yeah, but with a 21, they kind of just like nuzzle into your hands, and one even kind of like nods.
That's a good lad and lass. Let's go.
Oh, I love them.
I also realize we have a druid in the party, which would probably be much better at talking to horses than the blacksmith.
Talking, yes. Handling, no.
We got it.
What did we decide to name these animals?
One of them had a name, which was Rob. Rob.
Yes, one was Rob.
Didn't ask the other.
Can you ask him if we can rename him? It doesn't bring me excitement.
I want to name the other one Sugar Cube.
I like Sugar Cube.
Rob and Sugar Cube.
So if I could ritual cast it while we're driving to not waste the spell slot, I believe it takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know it takes 10 minutes usually. I'm just trying to look up the ritual casting rules because I haven't seen it used. Does it state that you can use it for any spell that you have, or?
Oh, only certain spells that have the ritual tag, which Speak with Animals does.
Okay. Then yeah, you can ritual cast it as you guys are going.
I would then just ask Rob. I know I had gone through the trouble of asking your name earlier and all of that, but one of my friends here would like to give you a different name, perhaps a nickname.
I mean, it's fine, I guess. As long as it's like a nickname. My name's still Rob.
I'll smile at the horse, then turn to Rubo and just be like, we could give it a nickname, but his name is Rob.
Well, I mean, I don't want to offend him, but it just, I don't know. Rob wasn't sticking with me.
Well, a nickname could be whatever else as well, if you want to call him something different.
How about Robinicle?
Robinicle?
It's Sylvan for passerby.
Oh. Sorry, it sounded goofy.
I was thinking something, maybe a good pun.
Robinicle is a pun from me, but okay.
All right, I'm just gonna call him Rob. It's easier.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call him Rob. We can think. Well, a nickname will develop naturally. We can't try to force it.
Fine. And the other one's name is Sugar Cube.
The other one's name is Sugar Cube. Yes, that's what I'm going to call her.
I won't ruin it for you by asking her name, but I suppose she might be able to understand what I'm saying right now.
What was that, Sonny?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Stop talking to the horse. We don't want to know.
You aren't giving me weird names, are you?
I am doing no such thing. I suppose if we're having this conversation, what is your name?
Well, the little girl that used to ride me called me Tina.
How do you feel about Sugar Cube?
I mean, wouldn't be the worst thing that I've been called, but seeing as that is something that I eat and not something that...
You are what you eat.
Don't tell Chatwin. Don't tell Chatwin. Don't ruin it for her. Don't ruin this, man.
It is a bit strange.
I'll relay your concerns.
Thank you, dearie.
I'm gonna drop concentration.
Cut off this communication. This is getting awkward.
Sugar Cube will suffice, but her name is Tina.
Oh, why'd you tell me that?
All right, well, Tina, Rob, let us get going, shall we?
Right.
And they continue trotting along.
I will say, as we travel, because I know we're going up north, I just stare northwards towards where I know the Howling Dunes are. At one point, I'm going to turn over to Rubo and kind of elbow him a bit. Rubo?
I am getting kind of seasick. Rubo gets slightly seasick on pretty much any mode of transportation.
I'm pretty sure that's just motion sick, but okay.
I mean, same difference.
He doesn't get motion sick, like I don't know, like walking or moving or anything. So it's like just in any sort of transportation.
Did Ruo ever share that he was from the Howling Dunes as well? I can't remember if he did.
I can't remember either. I don't think he would have had a reason not to, though. So
I don't think he's said it outright to anyone.
He did to Aliana, I believe, because she asked what kind of flowers grow there at one point. And he's like, I never thought about it.
Because I just now realized, I'm like, I don't know if that's something Ruber shared or something Nathan said.
I remember at one point he mentioned he was from the desert. I don't know if he specifically mentioned the Howling Dunes, but there aren't really any other areas of desert to speak of.
In that case, I just watched the direction of the Howling Dunes for a while before I kind of slump over back in the cart.
And a little voice pops up in your head and goes, "You could go back, you know."
Not yet. Not yet.
If you insist.
I'm not going to be keeping watch during the travel because I have really shitty perception. I'm going to read my books.
Aelon will probably keep watch just because he's used to guarding and stuff, but my perception's not that great either.
Damien's driving, so he's obviously keeping watch.
I could also be keeping a watch, because not too much else.
Rubo is trying to just be lazy and sleep.
Alrighty. In that case, those who are keeping watch, roll me perception checks, please.
I got an 8, 2 plus 6.
Okay. Off to a great start.
Mine is a natural 14, which comes out to 21.
Nice. Elon?
I rolled a 14 plus 2, 16.
Nice.
Rubo rolled a 7 for his constitution check to make sure he's not getting too sick, so...
Yeah, you're starting to feel a little queasy there, Rubo. I don't think you're immediately going to throw up, but...
I do dry heave at Chatwin a couple of times.
I shriek every time. And then I sit.
I promise I'll be fine soon.
I'm sitting by Damien. Climb up and sit by Damien.
Oh, could you hang your head out the window if you think you're going to throw up, please? I'd rather you not throw up inside the car.
I'm just basically head hanging out the window like a dog in the wind at this point.
I mean, to be fair, what you purchased from the farmers is not a carriage. It doesn't have windows. It's one of those like farm carts where it got the walls on the side and...
Well, hang your head over the side then.
I'm hiding away from Rubo, sitting by Damien.
Fair enough. And as you guys continue up away from the Sparkling Grove, things are fairly uneventful for the majority of the first part of your journey. There really aren't even very many people, even though you're keeping to a path. Not many people seem to travel by foot in this world, period. Most people you've seen are traveling by ship. You've seen a lot of boats pass by, for sure, which kind of confirms that theory. Damien, with your 21, you would spot, like, a caravan kind of far to the west, kind of back near the coast, kind of just within your field of vision. Like, they're far enough away that they probably haven't even noticed you, but you would see them pass by. So at least you're not the only ones making this journey out here.
Are they heading the same direction we are or a different direction?
Opposite direction. They're heading down towards the Sparkling Grove.
Got it.
I throw up over the edge and weakly wave at anybody that passes us.
You would see a couple people on foot kind of looking like they're passing from like town to town or something. The first traveler would kind of look up at you in disgust as you throw up over the edge of the thing and kind of wave at him, and would kind of awkwardly return that wave before continuing on a bit faster than he was walking previously. A few others, if you did that with more as they passed, would kind of give you a look of pity before continuing to walk on.
Just weakly give him a thumbs up and continue going.
But As you guys continue on and the sun starts to get lower and lower in the sky, by this point you would be sort of rounding the lake and up towards the dunes. Everyone who was taking watch, make me another quick perception check.
That's going to be a 9. That was a natural 2 roll.
13.
And I have a 21, 15 plus 6.
Nice. So now that it's starting to get later, Damien, you've been driving this entire time, basically. You're tired. Your eyes have sort of gotten tunnel vision at this point because you've been staring at the road for so long. So you don't really notice anything. Alon and Thelthu. Alon, you wouldn't see as much, though you would hear some rustling in the bushes off by the lake. Thelthu, it's you that would kind of spot the forms of people sort of crouched down in the bushes and a set of eyes kind of looking over before they duck back down into the shrubs.
I'll bring up to everyone. I believe there's people in the bushes over there. I don't know, is that normal?
Fuck.
That is not normal.
Nope.
Everybody get ready.
I've hidden a lot of bushes. Could be fine.
Was it a good reason? How many people did you see, Thelthu?
Oh, I think I just spotted a set of eyes.
Okay.
Well, let me try to talk to him.
I don't think it's going to go well, Damien.
All right. Well, what's the plan then? We can just keep going, and if they try anything stupid, you can light everything on fire.
Probably let's try to keep going and see if they do anything. If they try anything, then we only retaliate if somebody tries anything. We don't need to do anything to them, but we don't need to interact with them unless provoked in any way. But it can't be a good reason why they're hiding in the bushes up ahead. So
Just prepare to light them all on fire or something, Chapman.
that's not like a favorite thing of mine, you know? It's not like I enjoy.
I don't know. You seem to enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, it's actually not a bad idea. If we kind of show that we got metal on us, if you know what I mean, then...
What, do you guys want me to try and spook them?
Well, that was kind of my plan. If they wanted to do anything weird, I was just gonna, make 3 explode into pieces.
Alon's going to draw both of his swords and kind of or draw the long sword and just kind of sit on the back of the car and polish it while looking. Look intimidating.
Okay. I see what you're doing. I will summon just a little bead of flame and just juggle it through my fingers like a quarter.
And as you all kind of start doing that, you turn a corner by these bushes, but as you kind of turn the corner and more of the path gets revealed to you, Damien, you see 2 women standing in the middle of the path that don't look like normal women. Their skin is like a teal blue, almost, with kind of what looks to be specklings of scales here and there on the shoulders and arms. Their hair is like a green seaweed color. One of them has it very long, kind of braided to the point where it is literally where the bottom of it is tucked into her belt loop on her right side, and the other has a shorter sort of pixie cut type thing that's kind of curls up at the ends as seaweed would. But their ears look more like fish fins than anything, and they kind of stand in the center of the path, and one of them kind of waves and goes, "Hello, travelers. You wouldn't mind helping 2 lost girls out, would you?"
I'm just gonna look at the horses and be like, "Whoa, Rob, Dina, slow down." Hello, ladies. How y'all look weird. No offense. You said you needed some help?
Yeah, my sister and I were a bit lost. Never seen a Triton before.
Honestly, no. Never. Not once in my life.
What's that? What's a Triton? I scramble up out of the back, covered in puke.
Ah, Rubo. Ugh.
You see the one kind of wrinkle her nose at the stench a little and just be like, well, we're from the lake there. Our people, we can live underwater as well, which is pretty fun.
That is pretty cool.
But we're off to new adventures, and we're looking for a city called Sea Reach. Anybody heard of it?
North that way.
Oh, perfect.
Sure you want to go there of all places. It's kind of a garbage city.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And isn't that where I'm from?
Yes.
Oh
The name was like clicking for me, but I haven't looked at that in a bit, so I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure that's the name of my city.
Like, wait a damn second.
I go, yeah, it sucks.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Any recommendations on where we should go then? And Damien, you would see Tina kind of give her a side eye as she literally leans against the horse and is kind of like looking up at you, all of you.
Careful with Sugar Cube.
I would be a little careful leaning on Miss Tina there. She might kick you or bite you. She's a nice, sweet lady, but won't push her luck.
Oh, sorry. And she'll kind of like brush off Tina. Alon and Chatwin, since you guys have said you're near the back of the cart, go ahead and make me perception checks real quick.
I climbed up to the front with Damien.
Ooh.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Can I just whisper off to Thealthy real quick? Were these the people you saw in the bush?
Do I have any semblance of knowing that?
Or I'm trying to find out if there's more people.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
I was thinking
but-
this is the distraction.
You would have felt that you would have gotten like a glimpse of something blue when you saw the eyes as well, but you never got an exact enough look at the face before it ducked back down to really say whether or not these were the exact people that you saw in the bushes.
I don't know if you described those. Do they have blue eyes?
Blue
Okay.
eyes, no. Blue skin, yes.
Yeah.
The one would have more of like a bright like teal green set of eyes almost. The other one would be like a darker like forest green.
I'll just then whisper back. I don't know. I believe I saw blue eyes, but they are blue. But I don't know if that can tridents change their. You didn't know either.
I just am nodding my head back.
Alon rolled an unnatural 20.
Ooh.
Nice. So, Alon, as you're kind of like sharpening your blades near the back of the cart, you would hear that rustle in the bushes again. And this time you would see shapes, kind of like branches moving, the occasional like arm pop out.
Yeah, regardless of what's going on at front, Alon just gets off the cart, takes out his short blade, kind of like dings them together, and just like, and going, if I can, I'll roll intimidate, but it's just like, all right, come on out. Not going to surprise anybody today.
Oh, we're being straightforward about it.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Ooh, 13.
Okay. You would hear like a couple little whispers. You would hear one guy go, "She saw us." And it's like you hear like a little smack and like a "Shut up, you dolt." And Damien, you would see the girl with the pixie cut literally roll her eyes and be like, "Jigs up, sis." And then she would
Damien's just gonna reach down, put his gauntlets on, and be like, I was gonna ask you what y'all were standing in the middle of the road for instead of on the side. Well, I guess that explains it.
and you see the other one come up with what almost looks like a set of, it looks to be kind of like a handmade weapon almost, that rather than like brass knuckles, it's like brass claws that attach to her fingers. And they would look really cool to you, Damien, but the fact that she is looks like she's about to use them on you is a bit more intimidating than the fact of like, oh cool, new thing. But everybody roll me some initiatives, please.
Alon's all excited, like, ooh, new type of people, cool. And like, oh, okay.
Okay, anybody get above a 20?
21 for Rubo.
Woohoo! Nice. 20 to 15.
I got a 20 thanks to advantage.
I got a 16.
I got a 15.
And I got a 15, but I got low dex, so.
All right. So we will start off with Rubo as these two Triton ladies draw their weapons, and Elon has confirmed that there are people at the back of the cart as well.
Perfect. The ones at the front, they're like down on the ground away from Damien and Chatwin, correct?
That's correct. So, to give more of a perspective, the one with the claws is definitely, and the long braid is definitely closer. She's probably maybe 10 feet from Damien, but is still down on the ground. She's more like she was just leaning up against the horse. Her sister's a little bit of a couple steps back, so she would be more like 15 feet.
So like 10 and 15 feet?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. I am going to, seeing all this happening, see her pull out these claw things. I am going to jump to my feet and, as a bonus action, use my Celestial Spirit and pop my wings out and reflexively throw one of my feather knives at the lady closest.
Okay, so that would be the one with the claws.
Yeah.
All right, so roll the hit, please.
That's a 17 plus 5, 22.
That definitely hits.
Perfect. And you know what? Why not? I'm going to pump a Divine Smite into this and just try to fuck this lady up. Because I have Divine Smite now.
Whoop whoop.
That is a 7 for the damage of the feather. It's 2d8s. That is no joke. 2 8s on my d8s. I have no touch. I'll take a picture. So 16 plus 7 is 23 points of damage.
Oh, jeez.
And I just say, we said back away from Sugar Cube.
Amazing.
Is she still up?
Indeed she is. Although, as you said, did you use the dagger or did you use like the wing attack? Sorry.
It's the one that launches. It's a feather knife.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. You
Gotcha.
fling feathers. So it deals the D4 piercing damage, and then with my proficiency bonus, and then the Divine Smite on it, which is just anything after an attack.
Mm-hmm. So you watch as the feathers kind of shoot out and like bury themselves in like her arms and chest area, and she winces, and as they fly through the air, you see kind of this like radiant glow kind of come over them for a moment before they strike, and it seems to bury them in deeper into her skin as she kind of like yelps in pain.
Perfect. That's my turn. It's my bonus action to get my wings out, and then my attack. Actually, just with my movement, I'm going to just, I'm going to make a roll first. I'm going to see if I can fly with these things because I've still been struggling with that.
Mm-hmm.
That is I just made a straight check to see it, like a dice roll to see if I'm starting to get the hang of it. I don't know if there should be a check associated with it, but that's a 2. So whatever it's going to be, it's not going to go well. So I try to fly, and then I like basically fall off the side.
That's fair. Yeah, you would tumble on into the dirt as you try to you've never really taken off of your own volition just yet.
Yeah, I also have not practiced trying to use my wings yet.
Not at all. So you're like, okay, I think I've got this, and you try to be all cool and flap them all.
Yeah, I assume it's going to be like on the boat when I like caught wind underneath them, but there's no wind to catch underneath them, so I'm more just flailing.
Exactly. And as you think you're going to move forward, you kind of pitch your body forward and just tumble over the railing of the cart onto the ground instead.
Yeah, I land on the ground, and that's like, I don't know, probably 5-10 feet of my movement. I just stand up and I'm like, oh, shit, and I just pull my daggers.
Nice. And with that, we will move to Thelthu.
Cool. So Ruba is the sisters are, one is like, they're within 5 feet of each other or within 10 feet of each other?
Within 5 feet of each other.
Within 5 feet. Okay. And Rubo is not near them? Because like they're in front of us. Rubo fell to one of the sides?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're in the very front of the cart. Rubo would probably still be a good, because he just moved horizontally, really.
Yeah.
So he would still be a good 10-15 feet from them.
Cool. Because I'm going to cast Moonbeam at 3rd level to hit centered, it's 5 feet radius, so 10 feet diameter that just hits them, but not the horses, which I think is possible if they're within 5 feet.
If you center it on the second sister that stepped back a bit, then yes, you would be able to.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast a 3rd level Moonbeam, which means they must make me con saving throws. If they happen to be shape changers, they have it at disadvantage, which I doubt they are.
They are not.
Yeah,
but...
so those are con rolls.
Okay.
And the DC is 14.
Awesome. So that would be a success for the closer sister with the braid, failure for the one that's further away with the pixie cut.
Cool. So it's going to be 3d10 halved on a success. Oh, that's only 6 radiant damage.
Oh boy.
A 4, a 1, and a 1. And it stays there, however.
Okay.
I believe. Oh, I misread it, I think.
No, I think you're right, because Moonbeam...
It's when they enter for the first time or starts its turn there, which I've had issues with wording like that in the past, where I don't think it... Like, I don't know, do you get it twice then with that, or...
So I believe that that's on your turn. Since it doesn't specify whose turn, it just says a turn. I'm going to rule that means at the start of your turn, they are still there. But... it does stay there. It doesn't say anything about dissipating. So I'm going to say that unless you break concentration on it, it stays there. And I believe you still can move it.
Yeah, I can use an action to move it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. So then we will take that as I said.
Cool. And then I'm going to bonus action wild shape for the Archer constellation, which I then will roll to shoot a magic arrow with my fancy new bow.
Oh boy. Okay.
At probably the further back one.
Okay. Do you get to roll an attack after?
So it's not a spell. So I casted a spell. You just can't do 2 cantrips in a turn, I believe. So I can do, and also this is technically a bonus action.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if the wild shape included an attack in that first.
Oh, yeah.
shift.
When you activate this form and as a bonus action on your subsequent turns, while it lasts, you can make a ranged spell attack.
Oh, awesome.
So
okay.
when I activate is now, so triggers now.
Alrighty. Roll for your fancy new bow.
Yep. And that's a nat 1.
On the D100?
Oh, I was rolling to hit, so I have to hit first.
I mean, yes. So, well, that would not hit. But
No.
I wasn't sure if you were rolling the D100 first or not.
Yeah, I wasn't going to, but either way, I miss, so I don't think it's worth it.
Roll me the damage anyway.
Okay.
Who are you hitting?
I'm rolling to hit the further back one, but now I don't know. So that's 7 plus wisdom, which is 10, plus the magic item makes it 11. 11 radiant.
Yeah, so you're confident, you're excited. This is your shiny new bow. You end up getting a little too excited that you kind of didn't realize that the cart was kind of shaking as you were sort of drawing this, as this is kind of like overlapping with the moment that Rubo fell over the cart a bit. And so the cart was shaking and you didn't quite line up your shot correctly. And your arrow ends up burying itself into Sugar Cube's shoulder, not the Triton that you were aiming for, and the horse screams out in pain.
There's just an absolute look of horror upon Thalthu's face, and that's my turn.
Yup. And we move on to Damien.
Damien's gonna see Sugar Cube get shot, and he's just gonna be like, "Oh, God, you okay? Oh, you." We'll get you taken care of, lady. Steps down and is like, "Look what you did to my horse! You want to get up and close and personal? I'll show you up close and personal." Cracks knuckles inside the gauntlet.
And the girl kind of smiles, claws at the ready, is like, "Bring it on."
I'm going to punch her in the face.
Go for it.
That is a 24 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage, good sir.
9.
9? Nice. You get a good one square across the jaw. And you can already see the bruise forming as she kind of turns her head back.
And then he's going to reach back and grab his shield. Come at me.
With pleasure, old man. And with that, unless, is there anything else you want to do, Damien?
Nope, that's it.
All right. Then we shall move on to Alon.
All right, so can I see how many more are behind us then? Or are they still hiding?
They're still in the bushes, so you can't see exactly how many more there are. You heard at least 2.
I heard at least 2. I don't like this. Can I hold my action until after chat one?
You can. What are you holding the action for?
Pretty much to attack them as soon as they get out of the bush.
Okay.
So I would move over there, but I'm gonna hold it because I don't want to step in the bushes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. And we shall move on as you kind of ready yourself for when they do emerge from the bushes. We move to Chatwin.
So I am going to spend a sorcery point, and you guys see in the wake as this battle erupts, Chatwin stands on the cart where she's been sitting and puts her hands out beside her, and winds start to pick up, and Chatwin begins to slowly hover and gets about 10 feet in the air. Skirts and hair whipping around her, and as the wind around her gets a little crazy. But that is my action, I believe. Let me double check. No, that is before I cast a spell. So after that, is Damien is engaged in combat with the long-haired one, right?
Yes.
Is the other one standing away from this encounter right now from Damien and her sister?
Yeah, she would still be about 5 feet behind them.
Okay. Can I angle a 15-foot cone to just hit her?
You would be able to angle it past Damien and the other one, yes.
Okay, I won't be able to hit both, but I'll hit the short-haired one. So I am going to use a second level spell to cast Dragon's Breath. You guys see once again the hands pull the jaw open, and this time, as the shriek echoes out, dark black fog goes towards the short-haired one as this cloud of poison damage hits her, and I need her to make a dex saving throw, I believe it is. Yes, a dex saving throw.
Yeah, she would be staring at this like, what in the flying fuck? And as the gas kind of rolls in, that's a 14 for the dex save.
That fails. It's a DC 15.
Hell yeah.
So that is going to be... Ooh, that's not bad. So that's 13 points of poison damage. And that spell is a bonus action, and my ability to fly is, I don't believe... I think that's just... It's just before or after I cast a spell of first level or higher, so my action is still free, and that Dragon's Breath is a bonus action, so as my action, I'm going to as well cast Infestation to do another 2d6 points of poison damage. I need her to make a con saving throw this time. Infestation is a cantrip, and it is an action.
Shit. Okay.
So I will also cast Infestation as following the poison cloud. You see the spiders out from under the eyelids.
No centipedes this time.
Just spiders this time. They fall off of the floating form of Chatwin and crawl towards her. That is a con saving throw, and that's another 2d6 poison.
Alrighty. That's a 21 for the con save.
That saves. So that is going to be just another 3 or 4, because I rolled 7.
I believe that would round...
If you want me to round up or down.
I believe that would round down.
Okay, so another 3 points of poison damage as just this black poisonous gas hits her, and then all the spiders following right after. And yeah, I'm hovering 10 feet in the air, having just cast this. The hands withdraw back into my chest.
And you guys kind of go from watching this horrific scene of Chatwin's, like, the hands reaching out. You've seen this a couple times, but it never gets any less horrifying, of these hands reaching out and stretching your friend's jaw to, like, unimaginable, like...
Alon hasn't seen this before.
Oh, that's right, he hasn't.
I am always looking somewhere else. I was actually going to mention that later. Like, this time I'm in the back of the card, so I'm not seeing any of this either.
Alon has yet to see Chatwin cast magic in this way.
Everybody's talking about how creepy Chatwin is. It's like, what do you mean?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything.
But you guys watch as, like, your friend's jaw is stretched to an openness that is not human, and this black cloud comes out, engulfing this girl, and you watch her start to just as the spiders start to kind of creep in, and then you hear her, like, still coughing, like, get away. This girl is engulfed in this black, like, smog, but you can tell that she's kind of starting to struggle a bit.
Oh, you can actually give her back those 3 points of poison damage back, because it is a bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath and then an action to actually do it. I just reread it.
Oh, okay.
So that's it was only 3 points of poison damage, but she still keeps that original however many points of poison damage I said for the poison.
Yeah, it was originally 3 as well.
Yes.
So she just doesn't take the extra 3. Got it.
So no spiders,
And
just
with-
poison in hands.
Yeah.
Still terrifying.
Mm-hmm. But regardless, we will then move on to Alon. I will allow you to take your turn as 4 bandits come charging out of the bushes, hearing their boss in danger. A pair would head towards you, and another pair would head up towards where the Triton girls are fighting, and they all have similar, like, blue skin, but these are all men that come out of the bushes.
Yeah, then I'll just focus on one of the pair that stays back with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna have to remind me, how many times can we attack attacks per action too? Oh goodness. Okay, but that means 4 attacks for me. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. You just don't get the bonus action swings because you just held the action.
Yeah. 17 to hit
That hits.
and 14 to hit.
That also hits.
Okay.
AC's 12.
So what did you say? I only get the long sword 2 hits?
Yes.
Okay. That would be a 7 damage for the first hit. Ooh. 12 damage for the second hit.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that first hit, you sort of graze across the chest, and the guy winces, putting his head in enough of a position that you're able to come up with an upstroke and just decapitate him. He's gone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I point my sword at the next one and it's just like, better back off. We're not in the mood today.
Neither are we. And he draws his own scimitar and comes at you. Oof. That is definitely not gonna hit. That was a 6.
No, ma'am.
So
nowhere close. Just a deep.
yeah, despite the tough talk, he swings wide and you're able to easily.
Just look at him like, you sure?
And he kind of looks a little scared now. But these other 2 are gonna kind of rush up towards the other 2 women, and since Rubo's there first, they're gonna go ahead and go towards him, I guess, because it'll be easier. So, oof. That's a dirty 20 and a 21.
Against me?
Yes.
Little old me? Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So that's gonna be... That first attack hits you for 4 points of damage, second one for 5.
4 and 5, so 9 points total.
Yes. As they kind of come in a little surprised by the wings, and one of them would kind of slash the blade across the back of one of the wings, taking off a few feathers. the other nicks your arm and creates a small cut on the arm. As that ends their turns, and it moves to the other 2 bandits.
They have to make con saves as they're starting their turn in the moonbeam.
Yes, that is correct. That is a 19 for one, 15 for the other.
All right, so they both pass, but they makes them take half damage, and hopefully I roll better. 3d10 because upcasted. 24 damage, half to 12.
Nice.
As the pale light still burns down upon them.
Alrighty. Yeah, they're looking significantly more hurt, but the one with the braid is going to come at you with those claws, Damien, and
Bring it on.
not so good for the first one as they graze across the shield with a 10 to hit. Second attack's much better. That's a 21.
That'll hit.
Mm-hmm. As she comes across and ends up circumventing the shield and kind of dipping down to graze across the leg for 8 points of slashing damage.
All right.
The other girl, recovered now very briefly from her coughing fit, is actually going to move up towards the cart and use her movement to sort of climb up and into the cart and in front of you, Thelthu.
Is she going to walk past me?
She would, so you would get an attack of opportunity on her.
And I'm a sentinel, so she better hope I don't hit her in the face. Not the person to walk past. That is a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Rip.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're a little, unfortunately, with your leg now injured, it's a little hard to get the reach that you need to cut her off as she heads toward the cart, and you just miss her. But yeah, she climbs up and in front of you, Thelthu, and is going to go ahead and take 2 swings with her sword at you. That's a dirty 20 for the first hit.
Yeah.
And another dirty 20 for the second.
Yeah?
And ouch. Okay. That's gonna be 8 points of slashing for that first hit, 9 for the second. So that's
17 total.
yes.
For concentration, I always forget. What is the DC when the number's low?
It's either 10 or 8 plus the damage, whichever is higher, I believe. Let me double check that, because that's what I've heard, but if you take damage while you are concentrating on a spell, you must make a con saving throw to maintain concentration. The DC for the concentration check equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. I knew that was...
Yeah, I forgot what the number is, so I make 2 con saves.
Mm-hmm.
DC 10. That's a 13 on the first one.
Nice.
And an 18 on the second, so Moonbeam is still up.
Yes. But that is the end of their turns as we go back to the top of the round. Rubo, you're up.
Okay, and I have one of these guys that stepped out of the bush in melee with me now?
You have 2 of them in melee with you.
2 of them. And then where's Alon in correlation to me? Because didn't he come down near me?
No, he's more towards the back of the cart, whereas you're on the right side of it.
Okay. Is he still within 10 feet of me?
Probably not, because I stepped more towards the bushes, towards the road, I guess you could say.
That's true. You did step out towards the bushes.
Okay, but Thealthu's still in the cart, so he'd be within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
Cool. I am going to use my new fancy dagger and connect with Thealthu. It doesn't say, and maybe you can answer this, Emma, it doesn't say that it takes anything to do that. I can just connect to them. It just says as long as they're within 10 feet of their ally.
Yes. So I would say for action economy purposes, that would be a free action. It's kind of like, it's not necessarily like Hunter's Mark where you have to choose, use a bonus action for it, but...
Yeah. Cool. Then I will do that with Thealthu. And then I am going to bonus action cast Divine Favor which until the spell ends, which is up to a minute, I'm empowered with Divine Radiance, and I get an extra D4 radiant damage on a hit with any weapon attack.
Nice. Okay.
And then I'm going to try to stab one of these homeboys with my dagger, which I now have advantage because I'm within 10 feet of Thialthu, which gives me stink attack, right? That's how I understand this working. So if I have advantage on the hit?
Yes, if you have advantage, you do get sneak attack.
Cool. So I am going to stab at one of these guys, hopefully, and hit with my new heart dagger. That's a 16 on the die, plus 5, 21.
That hits.
21, perfect. So I'm going to roll D4 for my attack is 6, an extra D4 for my radiance thing, which is a 4. So I said 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 6 plus 4 is 10, and then my sneak attack is 2d6.
Yes.
That's 5 points of damage for my sneak attack. So 15 points of damage total.
Yeah, this guy is gone. How are you doing it?
I think I'm so used to the zombies that I just stab him straight through the temple, and I go, oh, and I'm gonna like slide my dagger back out of his head. I go, that guy was alive, ooh, and just slide him off the dagger.
Yeah, and you see his friend looking at you with sheer terror.
My wings just kind of like flow in the wind for a second, and I go, I guess you're next, buddy.
And he's just like, I hope not.
That'll run away. I don't know what to tell you.
As we move to, unless there's something else that you wanted to do, Rubo.
No, that uses pretty much everything I got.
Alrighty, then we're gonna move to Thelthu.
Okay, so do I get anything for being connected to the dagger, or is it just a thing for you?
You do not get anything currently, no.
Cool.
At least I don't think so.
And so there's still the person in the cart in front of me that just attacked me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to action, where was it? Cast Inflict Wounds, which make it at 2nd level. So I'll make a spell attack roll. As I reach out to touch them, it was a 15 plus 6 for a 21.
21 hits.
I'm trying to 22 because of the focus. But yeah, and at higher level, so it's 3d10, and I cast it at 2nd, making it 4d10. 2, 3, 4. That is 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 5. So 10, 19, 24 necrotic damage as he just kind of rakes out with his claws and just says, "You've chosen the wrong group to, I don't know, attempt to rob."
All right, and what was that damage again, please? Sorry.
24.
24.
Or it was a spell attack, it's actually 25 due to the weapon.
Okay. Yeah, she's looking really hurt here.
Okay, and then I'm going to bonus action Starry Form attack as my bonus on. So there's a bandit fighting Rubo, a bandit fighting Alon, and then the bandit fighting Damien.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to not shoot the one that's fighting Damien because I might shoot the horse again. So I'm going to attempt to shoot the one that's fighting Rubo with the archer form.
You should have ran, I told you.
That is 8 plus 6 plus 1, so plus 7 is...
That just hits. That's...
Okay. D8 plus wisdom. D8. That is 8 plus 3 for 11.
11. Yeah, you down him as well, if you would like to describe that.
Yeah, I mean, just taking aim around the one the captain, I suppose, in front of me, and just kind of shooting an arrow upward and down, like it's supposed to landing maybe on the other guy's head.
Indeed, and Rubo, is you kind of watch as he's kind of like, he's already freaking out about the fact that you've immediately killed his friend. And you just watch as out of nowhere, he's not even looking for it. He's more like hyper vigilant, like around him at this moment. And out of nowhere, this arrow just comes down and shoop.
Yeah, I think I was like still telling him that he should run when he just gets completely demolished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I go, oh, too late for that.
As his body falls to the ground. And we move on to Damien.
All right. Damien's gonna like kind of glance back and be like, I think all your friends are gone.
And she'll kind of just stare straight at you and just kind of be like, nice try. I ain't falling for that one.
Do you like magic tricks? Pull out a copper coin.
Very funny, old man.
Yeah, it's real funny. And I'm gonna catapult it right between her eyes.
Oh my god.
From point blank. She has to make a deck save, I think.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
This is the dad spell. It's right behind your ear when it bursts out the back of her skull.
That's an 18 for the deck save.
Oh, she succeeds. But a coin's gonna explode past her and probably like blow a tree up or something.
Yeah, she kind of sees it coming as you prepare to flick the coin and just manages to dodge out of the way as it sort of skids past.
And then he's gonna be like, see? All your friends are gone. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, alrighty. And you see she kind of like, there is a moment of like concern that passes her face as she kind of sees that there's really only like one or two others that she could see standing, but
One with an arrow through his dome.
pretty much. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Alon.
Well, you know what's coming because I pretty much can do one thing. I step up to the next guy and I sling him.
Indeed. Go ahead, sir.
I love fighters. Go, fighter. Just swing your sword and that's it.
That's not all they do.
13 to hit for the longsword.
That hits.
So 19 for the short sword.
That also hits.
That's a 19 for the longsword again.
That hits.
That's a 21 for the short sword.
That also hits.
Alright. Great. Longsword damage is 8. And then short sword is a 8. And the longsword again is a 6. And the short sword is a 9.
Yeah, you chop this dude to pieces.
Yeah, I'm just gonna silently do it.
And as you sort of finish making sushi out of this Triton, you hear a little voice kind of peek out from Aliana's been holding on to your ponytail this entire time, basically.
Fuck, I forgot.
And she just goes, did you need to make steaks out of the guy?
I'm not eating that.
Good. I didn't expect you to, but still.
I gave them fair warning.
All right. And you feel her kind of grip tighter under your ponytail.
That's it then, because there's like one lady left.
Yes, at this point there's well, actually both of the Triton sisters are still up. They're looking hurt, but they're still up.
I guess I will start to move that way, but I'm not gonna be really too crucial on it, so.
Alrighty. Yeah, you would be able to get sort of towards the side of the cart, like, to see them, but you wouldn't be able to fully get up to where either of them are.
Yeah, no worries. I just don't want to get in attack range quite yet, unless they move towards me specifically, but yeah, I'm good.
Gotcha. Alright, then we're gonna go ahead and move to Chapman.
Which one of the Triton sisters looks more hurt? The one with Thelthu or the one with Damien?
The one with Thelthu.
The one with Thelthu? Okay. Then, still hovering in the air, you see Chatwin whip around, and I can't fly any more than the 10 feet in the air that I went, so I'm gonna drop to the ground. Unless I spend another sorcery point, which I don't wanna. So I will drop actually to the inside of the cart. If I drop to the inside of the cart, just drop straight down, is Thelthu between me and her, or is she right in front of me?
Thelthu would be between the two of you.
Okay, so as I drop down, can I just very calmly walk up beside Thelthu and wink at the lady and the hands once again because it's a concentration spell. But I do want to get in front of Thalthu, since Thalthu's just right there, just so I can do that 15-foot cone out with him behind me. If I do that, is it going to hit anybody else of my party members?
I'm trying to think of where... Damien, did you hop off the cart?
Yes,
I'm now facing the back of the cart, right?
I hopped off the cart to go punch some lady. And if you poison spray Damien, he's fine. Trust me. He's a tough cookie to kill.
If I am going to hit anyone else, I will use subtle spell. I mean, not subtle spell, careful spell.
You would probably still, with a 15-foot cone, you would probably catch, since it's towards the front of the cart, you would probably catch...
Oh, isn't it facing the back of the cart?
No.
Oh, I see.
Because Thelthu was not facing towards the back of the cart. He was still facing towards the front, correct?
Could she hit both sisters with it?
But also, what about the horses? And I think I was still facing the front of the cart no matter what.
Yeah, you were still facing the front of the cart. So it would depend on how you angled it.
Can I put my back to the front of the cart and like... Because I thought that's what I was doing. I thought my back was to the front of the cart while I faced the back.
Yeah, but Thialthu's like in the center of the cart. Like front of cart, you, Lady Thialthu.
Exactly. So you'd have to be standing next to Thialthu. And like I said, if you hit Damien and the girl in front of him, that's great. He's fine.
But you might hit the horses.
If you avoid the horses. Please don't kill
I'm
Tina.
trying not to hit the horses. My goal is to not hit
Tina
the
has
horses.
Thealthu already tried.
Tina has 2 hit points.
Oh,
I would be very careful about Tina.
I paid a lot of money.
I just need the combat den. I'll fix everything. I swear.
I don't want to use another spell because I already have concentration up for this one.
Like I said, just spray me and the girls. Try to avoid the horses and Thealthu.
Thialthu probably won't die.
Is there a way I can angle it where it would hit Damien, the 2 sisters, and avoid the horses?
Yes, if you turned more towards the side, you would be
Okay,
able to do that.
yeah. Then yeah, that's what I'll do it. So I land on the cart with a thud and just walk up, wink, and the screech echoes out again. I will use Careful Spell on Damien, and this one is going to be... We'll do more poison damage.
Alrighty, so that's con saves?
Those are dex saves.
Dex saves, got it.
Well, Elon solved all this.
Yeah, you saw it this time, bitch. You saw those hands coming out my throat.
Yes, this time, since you're
Yeah.
you're looking, you definitely see it this time. So for the one that's on the cart in contact with Thelthu, that's a 16 for her save.
That succeeds.
One in front of Damien, not so much. That's a 7.
So the fail is 12. The success is only 6. So Damien, you take 6 points of poison.
Chatwin, floor is yours on the pixie cut one in front of Thelthu.
Since that one was right by Thelthu, I think since that's the one I was right beside, I think I grab her by the shoulders, and when the mouth opens up and the poison spews out, I think part of her face fully melts in the face of this extreme gout of poisonous fog that shoots out of my throat. So her face just partially melts right in front of me and just poof, hits the deck of the cart. Just half melted face.
Gee, like this is my first time. Chill.
Elon sees it all for the first time.
Elon, you would witness all of this as the bottom half of her face, like part of the bottom of the nose and the mouth, just kind of melts away, choking down her last scream as she falls into the cart in a puddle of melting flesh.
In the cart.
In the cart.
Chatwin.
For a bonus action, because I just dropped 10 feet for my movement. I still have 20 feet of movement left. How hurt does the other one with Damien look?
She's on death's door.
Okay. Can I get to her with 20 feet of movement?
Yes, you can.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use my I'm going to first bonus action. Let me actually, before I do this, let me double check this. Okay, yeah, I've done this before. So I am going to bonus action Ifriti's aura. So after she drops, I look up to the other sister. Fire in my eyes, the hair goes back, and I just sprint, jump out of the cart, and I'm going to just lunge for her and grab her face with my hands, and just with my Ifriti's aura active, since I touch her, I'm going to automatically do 4 points of fire damage.
And Damien's gonna be like, "Don't kill her! I was gonna ask questions."
All right. Well, good thing is are you only doing 4 points of damage?
Oh no! It is equal to my charisma modifier, so yes.
Okay. She wasn't that on death's door.
But if she hits me with a melee attack, she takes another 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
So we'll just see. I just sear handprints into her face, and we'll see if she tries to stab me.
Yeah, and you hear the sound of searing flesh and this screech of pain as Chatwin kind of holds her there and begins burning her face. And a voice kind of pops in the back of your head, Chatwin. You're like, that's kind of like, well, this is more brutal than I thought you could get. I'm impressed.
I second that.
As we go ahead and move on to, she's the last one remaining at this point.
She needs to make a con save still.
Ooh, that's right.
Oh shit.
Hit me, bitch. Yeah, even if you survive this con save, you're still gonna take more fire damage.
I don't think she's surviving this
Yeah,
con save.
come on, hit, bitch.
I don't think she is. That's an 8.
That's 3d10 radiant.
Yeah, she has 2 hit points left.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
It's 23 damage. As I'd like to imagine the moonbeam's holy radiant light is just accentuating the flames. Yeah.
The rainbow flames turn in ivory whites. Ooh.
As the heat becomes too much and she falls to the ground, or rather goes slack in your grip, Chatwin, seeing as you are grabbing onto her face.
Push her backwards.
I was going to ask her, why she was doing this and if somebody sent her or all questions.
I look at you, my hair still flying up, my eyes still bright. I'm still glowing for like 60 feet out. They're people who rob others for everything that they have. That's their motivation. Problem solved. Mystery solved. I get back in the cart.
We also could have asked them where they store all of their things. All right.
Elon is just standing there, like, jaw dropped a little bit, like, little fear and mystery, and just not sure what the fuck just happened.
My Ifriti aura goes away.
And with Elon's terrified gaze towards Chatwin, I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everyone so much for listening. If you enjoyed what you listened to, please be sure to follow us on all of our social media. We are Chronicles of Kriath Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you don't listen to us on traditional podcast platforms, you can find all of our episodes on our YouTube channel, Chronicles of Kriath Podcast. Thank you again for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye!
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 Who the hell is cleaning this out of the cart?
I'll do it.